You're listening to Country Music Junkies, hosted by Patrice Whiffen. This week on Country Music Junkies, I am pleased to be chatting with Brian John Harwood. How's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
I am doing very well, thank you. Now, I'm excited to chat about your new solo project, but I know there's listeners out there saying, okay, why do I know that name? Brian is half of Kansas Stone, the duo, which is still very much so a thing. I don't want to start any rumors. They are doing music, and we love them still. But Brian, you have decided to do this little solo project. What inspired this side of your career?
To be honest, COVID, really.
Fair.
Weird as that sounds, but last March when everything shut down, I just had so much free time, and right away I jumped into a project for Unison called Together We're Strong with Kansas Stone. But I was at home, and what else to do as a songwriter and stuff? So I just kept writing songs and recording, and just it gave me the opportunity. I never dreamed of being a solo artist or doing that, but it really opened up a whole new world for me.
Right.
I was able to be more personal with my songwriting, and I don't know, I think it all worked out pretty good, and I'm happy it did.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that. That's awesome. And we're very excited about the new music. Let's first start with the current single, Getaway, the perfect staycation song. I was listening to it last night, actually, and absolutely loving it. What is the story behind that one, and why should fans check it out?
Well, if anybody knows me, they know I love the summertime. I love the vacation. I am not a winter guy in any means necessary. and I was sitting there, and I was just humming and hawing, like, oh man, I wish I could get away. And then my producer, Dustin Bird, and I were talking on the phone, and then I just had this idea of a little catchy chorus and stuff about, me being a vacation for, my girl if she had a rough day, kind of idea. And actually, it was the very first song and only song I've ever wrote on a phone call.
No way.
Me and Dustin were just sitting there, and he was at home, and we were just talking on the phone, and we ended up finishing the whole song just talking on the phone, on speakerphone.
Wow.
And, yeah, I love it.
Amazing. Well, that is, again, it's a really cool tune, very relatable, I think, for everyone out there who would love to be on a getaway. But I think it's definitely a very, very relatable tune and very fun and upbeat, and I dig it. Fans will include a link to that tune in the posting of this interview. I want to kind of take things back a little bit to your song, Dad. Also a beautiful song. What's the story behind that, other than, of course, the obvious?
Yeah, you know what? That was still probably to this day the fastest song I've ever wrote.
Fair.
My dad was going in for a triple heart bypass, and I sat down with him in the driveway before he got in the car to head to the hospital, pretty much in tears, and I just wanted to tell him how much he meant to me in case anything did happen.
Of course.
And and the chorus in that song is pretty much the words he told me. And then when he left, I grabbed my guitar, and it just came out of me. And I wrote that probably about 5 years ago, and I've always loved it so much. And I just wanted it out there, and I was able to have it and have my dad in the video and stuff. So it means a lot to me, that song.
Excellent. Well, that is another great tune. Now, we chatted offline about what is coming up next for you, and you told me that I'm allowed to ask about this, so I'm excited to ask about your upcoming single coming out in March called Good Boy. What's the story behind that tune?
What would country music be without a song about a dog, right?
Of course.
So if anybody follows me on my socials or Instagram, they know my dog, Lincoln. And he's my best buddy. And when I'm in my office and I'm working, or in my studio, there's a little bed for him right behind me. And then one day I was just sitting here, and I turned around, and he was looking at me, and I grabbed the guitar, and it just started coming out. And I liked it so much, and I said, it's a very traditional countryside for me.
Right.
It's stepping back a little bit, but that's what I love about my solo project is I can just release music that I love, and I love everything from '90s traditional to the modern, more poppy feel. I love it all. So really gives me a chance to open up and show a bunch of different sides for me.
For sure. Well, we're loving the music. Keep it coming. We're excited for what's next. If fans want to connect with you, where's the best place for them to go?
You can go to Instagram, Facebook. You go anywhere, just type in Brian John Harwood. You'll see me.
Excellent. Amazing. Well, Brian, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing a live show, either a Brian John Harwood show or a Kansas Stone show in the near future.
Oh, you will, for sure.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Brian.